Howdy.
Good morning.
Good morning and afternoon for you.
Indeed.
Ah, sweet. How you doing, bro?
Um, Overall, man, actually quite a bit better than I was anticipating. Today's my second day, 100% caffeine free, so we're down to zero officially, embarking on the caffeine free journey. And yeah, I feel just I mean the tiredness, like, months of not months of pushing through fatigue is now catching up a little bit, but been a
Yeah.
lot better than I expected. Got a supplement stack that's like massively helped a lot. And last two mornings, I got up, went, took a cold plunge, got a workout in, been trying to hit like 10K steps, just like keep my body moving, even though I feel kind of tired. And overall, I'm like doing a lot better than I was anticipating I was going to be. So I'll
Nice.
take it.
Doing better than I would do off caffeine. Nice. Um, cool. So I'm doing that basically hand holding setting process, right? You've probably seen what Alex kind of put, but it's actually works because if you see me do it, you'll get kind of an idea of how I flow, right? Like the speed, the what to say, how to say it. Um so like and then what we'll do is come up with some openers with my Claude. I don't know if you have already, but I came up with some openers like industry specific openers that are actually pretty good, and we'll just kind of like get our DMs out. And then if there's anything like tough in particular that you have with DMs, we'll handle it. But it'll go like this, like the first call, I'll do it and you just watch me do it. Right? So I'll just take control of your screen, send the DMs, answer your replies, probably even book in a call. Um, the next one will be like, I'll do it and then you're gonna help me out. Right? So you're gonna kind of like put your 2 cents in what you should say. Then you're gonna do it and I'm gonna help you. And then you're gonna do it and I'm gonna watch. Make sense?
Yeah, it sounds
Yep.
good. And just FYI, I sent a link to my setter to hop in and join as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Um,
Cool.
yeah. So he should be popping in here in just a moment. But yeah, dude, I think this is a really awesome addition to what you're doing. I think
Thanks.
this is huge. Really appreciative that you're doing this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude. And I appreciate the feedback. Um, so while we're waiting on him, let's just get into your account. So just share the screen.
Make sure. Yeah, look, he's okay.
Or an ongoing struggle for you, or just something you're dealing with in the past. But so time I am mindless going on the sites and not going sleep.
Yeah, I've been honestly kind of surprised by how many people responded back that
Mm-hmm.
it's not a problem for them.
Mm.
I've been doing some outbound, and then Pierre, my setter, has been predominantly just going through my current followers to message all of them. And I've
Mm.
been pretty surprised by how many of my current followers are saying it's like not an issue or no
Mm.
longer an issue.
This guy's still mindlessly going on the sites though.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, no, I'm gonna mind if I ask a couple questions. Might be able to share some insights. Okay.
That guy's a business guy that messaged me. Um, yeah.
It was on regular porn sites, but know where my grandma had moved with me. I am kind of sober, less free time, so better. So, so these are like their surface level answers. This guy could have last night been like on a 4 hour bender, and he still say this, right? Just knowing the nature of this offer. So like, okay, I got it, no big deal, totally understand, dude, right? And then just keep going, and eventually it'll come out. So I'm gonna say, got it. Thanks for, so first off, thanks for sharing that. Okay, you want to acknowledge the good behavior of like peers here. You want to acknowledge the good behavior of like I know that was like I know I'm a fucking stranger and you just told me that. So thank you for being upfront and honest. The more you do that, you start to get more honesty from him and you'll actually get like they'll actually start to tell you the truth the more you do it, even if this was a lie, right? It'll start to come out. What's up here? So he goes, thanks for sharing that. Those porn sites, but know where my grandma had moved with me. I am kind of sober, less free time. So he says kind of sober. That's my indicator. Um, Curious. So what we're talking about up here is like the nature of this offer and the nature of like their problem. They're not going to be as like this guy could have been on a bender last night and still saying like, I'm doing a lot better, man. Yeah, everything's fine. Right? So just, don't call him out, but just keep pulling the thread, keep acknowledging the fact that he's being honest. Like well if you keep having the conversation, don't just throw him, as like an unqualified lead because he's still got the problem. He might just not be admitting it right up front. Curious. So I'm gonna say curious. What do you mean by kind of sober? It's a little accusatory. I'm just gonna say kind of sober, like that. So I'm gonna use a mirror. You say, well, yeah, like it comes in every now and then, but for the most part, I'm not doing it. Got it. Mind if I ask about that? Yeah, sure. How often does it come in? Then we're getting more data on the problem. And then we use the chunking down section of the script. When we chunk down, that's going to show him that, it's like 10 days out of the month. Like, and then when that happens, like, it's going to be like, whoa, crap, I didn't realize that this was such a problem. Holy crap. He's going to now see that it as a problem before if we didn't expand on those questions. All right, so this guy, yeah, I'm watching porn, but I'm not addicted. Last time I watched an adult movie was App 2 months ago. So again, not gonna take that as like hey, no big deal, dude. I understand. Yeah, totally understand, dude. So this guy followed you. I'm just gonna say curious, what made you follow me? And then I'm gonna do little like parentheses here, just so I know what to provide. So it's like a reason. I'm not like accusing him. Yeah. So here's kind of what I'm doing as I'm going down this is I'm looking at what's the context. All right. So the guy follows a porn addiction recovery channel that's very obviously all about porn addiction recovery. There's really not much else you post. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's obvious. And then he follows the account. And then you say, "What's up? I had a quick question." He goes, "Hey, I help guys overcome." He goes, "Yeah, I'm watching porn, but I'm not addicted. Last time I watched an adult movie was app app 2 months ago, approximately 2 months ago." Yeah, I totally understand, dude. Thanks for telling me. Curious, what made you follow me? Just so I know what content to provide. So we can use the context that we already have to get better answers, see what's actually going on with this guy, right? Maybe he goes, "Well, I just want to make sure, like if it ever does get bad, I have like you to watch. I can like go back and look at your content." I don't know. He's got a reason. Everyone's got a reason for doing something. Quick question, are you just checking out the content, or are you actually on a mission to get free from porn right now? Yes. Gotcha, brother. Would love to see how I can help. Had a problem. So he's straight up telling you. This was Saturday at 10 a.m. My first piece of feedback is get back to your hot leads like ASAP. Like way faster than this, especially if there's two of you guys in here. If this was on Saturday, we have 2 days later. You'll lose leads like that. Your speed is your most important, like is more important than your skill. It's super important because he might not be online for another couple days. Conversation got lost in the inbox. Oh yeah, this was April. Yeah, definitely. Are you still looking? Okay, cool. So he says yes. Appreciate 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 you being open, man. Um, he's 45. How many call offers have you guys sent out?
0.
I'm just gonna make one just because you guys are too behind. Would you be opposed to carving out 20 to 30 minutes to chat about? What's your calendar look like
Let's see.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have time between 11 and noon, 1 and 2, and then 4 to 6 EST.
All right, so there's our first call offer. All right. So like if I'm like low on, so for example, like if I'm low on off, like the most important is cash, right? So if I'm low on cash, I'm gonna go collect cash however I can. Like that's gonna be my first, it's pipeline, reverse your pipeline. So if I have like outstanding payments from clients, that's where I'm gonna spend my day, right? Then after that, if I'm low on sales calls, I'm going to, or let's say I have sales calls, but I'm low on offers. Like even if it's not perfect, I'm going to try to hit an offer target on my sales calls. Now, if I don't have any sales calls and I'm low on call offers, well, I'm going to go just make a whole bunch of call offers to catch up, even if it's premature. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just because they can't say yes unless you ask. So yeah, I'd rather get a couple no's in the door than start getting back to it. So I won't go like a week without making call offers, just because my conversations are going slow. I'm just gonna start pumping out call offers. I help over men overcome porn. He goes, I don't feel like is relevant, but what content do you think will help? I have no idea. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for letting me know. Um, let's see here. So that's getting a good response. I had a quick question. Let me know if this is relevant to you and maybe. So yeah, so this when you with right here, remove let me know from your like lexicon. Like just let me know in sales doesn't work. What you want to do is you want to have very direct, specific questions because they're easy to answer. You're not going to get answers. So it's going to be so, and I'm looking to have conversations with guys to get a very accurate sense of what content would be most helpful right now. Would you be open? Would it be cool if I asked you a few questions to see what kind of content would work best for you? Question mark. See, it's a very specific get the question answered. So if you go into my frame questions, they're all asked the same way because they get an answer. This is like a this is the balls in your court method right here. Balls in your court. I'm gonna walk up to you. I'm gonna say something. Hey, nice dress. Balls in your court. Hopefully you can go do something with that. And then maybe you'll lead this conversation and it'll go somewhere. No, it's you gotta ask a question. The question leads the conversation. Thanks for letting me know. So what I'm gonna do is ask the question. Would it be cool if I asked you a few questions? Let's see what kind of content the most. Boom. All right, so we got Dave. He's got an ongoing struggle. This was Saturday. Cool. Hey man, thanks for letting me know. This is great, dude. We have drowning in leads. Holy shit. Thanks for telling me. Cool if I ask a few questions about this. So now we're going into the frame question and getting permission, but this is going slow. Jesus Christ. I'm usually way faster. Cool if I ask you questions about this. I might be. So now what I'm doing here is I'm not guaranteeing. I'm not gonna say I would love to see how I can help you. I can totally help. I'm 100% able. No, I might be able to share some insights. So I'm gonna first deduce it, right? I might be able to share some insights. I'm gonna first deduce it down, reduce, the impact of what I'm saying. But I'm also going to it's like there's something at the end of this conversation that can help you. So it's not just me asking questions for no reason. So I'm always going to give a reason if I'm going to ask permission. And it's going to be in the best interest of the prospect. It has nothing to do with me. So the best frame to go is like, I might be able to give you insights that'll help you with your problem. The worst frame is like, but works is you want to help me out. So like even with the content frame is like, I'm going to make you content that's going to help you with your life. So it's all about the prospect. So Will has been over a decade. Holy shit. I struggled with it just as long. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Excellent. So, all right. All right. Thanks for being open, man. So, do you know what your golden question? Have you made your golden question from the program yet?
No.
We'll make one up right now. So, to start, what is your biggest challenge right now when, so what do we want to do when it comes to, yeah, when it comes to kicking the porn habit? So he'll probably say something along the lines of like, because with this, we have to actually get, we got to get the problem with quitting, but then we got to get the problem that the problem is causing. So it's got to be causing something for him. So there's going to be, you're going to kind of have like a two-layer approach. He's going to say, well, like every time I quit, I relapse, and get back to it. Got it. So what makes porn, why is porn a problem for you? That, that's going to be the question. So why is porn even a problem for you? Why not just continue? Because like this is assuming that he wants to quit, right? So the only reason somebody would want to quit porn is because of the problems it's causing in his life. Seeing that it's actually like depleting the guy, fucking him up, maybe ruining his relationships. We got to get to that problem. So you have a two-layer approach to your problems. The problem A is like, yeah, it's immoral, I shouldn't undo it. Problem B is it my girlfriend's gonna leave me, and I don't want that to happen. That's the problem. That's the one that's emotionally charged the most, is the second layer one. So we'll pull it out once we get him to answer. All right, anybody reply? No worries, man. So this guy, waiting for him. Okay, cool. Here we go. He goes, yeah, kind of like once a week or so on porn sites, maybe. Okay, cool. Here we go. So see, it's kind of like inching into, there is actually more to it than we thought. So he goes, yeah, it's not that regular, but he goes once a week. Okay. So with him, I'm gonna go a little less direct. I'm not gonna be like, why is that a problem? He goes, it's not a problem. You see that? Like I'm gonna inch into this guy. So, okay. All right. So with this guy, so I'm gonna go. So since you are since you have do it too often, how do you notice your days go when you do it, when you watch the porn versus when you don't? Okay, so now I'm gonna get him to try to see a problem here because he's not gonna tell me he has a problem. Versus when you don't. He's gonna say, well, I feel kind of groggy on the days that I do the porn. And then I'm gonna say, well, how long does that last? He's gonna say, a couple, for a little bit or whatever. And then I'm gonna say, well, and then I'm gonna go if then. If you didn't, so here's how I've gotten problems, like I've fabricated problems with people that didn't really directly tell me they have a problem. So you're taking one little thing and you're expanding and expanding and expanding it. And I'll go, if you didn't do the porn, how would, what would be different in your life? And then it's gonna kind of give him a reversal effect where he's gonna be like, well, actually, this would be different. Why do you say that? And then I'm gonna get him to continually give me answers to this. But my hunch is that there is a problem here. He's reducing it because what the mind likes to do is justify it. It likes to kind of alter reality so that it makes him feel better about himself. That's essentially what he's doing. So you got to be careful of this, especially in your sales, is people will justify, and they're going to justify to the degree that they feel attacked. right? So if you're on a sales call with them and then you get them on a call and they're like, "Yeah, I'm good, man. It's not that big of a deal." I'm not gonna be like, "Well, dude, you jumped on this call. What the fuck?" Like he's gonna, "Well, no, no, no," and he's gonna back down even harder. He's gonna feel attacked. So you gotta, the more you can acknowledge him, "Thanks for telling me all this, man. I know it's not easy. Like, yeah, I appreciate it." Like, well, just I know it's not really a big problem for you. I know it's not like a huge problem for you. But let's just say, like, on the days that you do the porn, like, how do you feel? Do you feel a little different? You feel worse? You feel better? Yeah, I kind of feel groggy, terrible. Okay, here we go. See, no porn, more focus, better, etc. You see what I'm getting at, Nate? Yeah. What are
Yeah.
you hearing so far?
But yeah, I mean, part of this, I think the big takeaway for me is just not to take that first response as face value.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then to, especially with people where they're approaching the problem, I mean, obviously they're like responding for a reason, right? Um,
Yeah.
to take that, to take that, right, not at face value
You're
and to
taking the
ask some,
indicators, the sub-communication.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. And I mean, I did actually have a sales call like 10 days ago with a guy. He came from YouTube. But he booked a call with me and he's like, I only watch porn like once every couple months and like I don't even know if it's a problem. And I mean that is just kind of my general response. And I'm like, I didn't say this word for word, but I was like, you do realize you booked a sales call, like a consultation call for a porn recovery coach.
Yeah, it's
It's like I
because he's
didn't,
justifying. It's
right.
not that he knows he has the problem, but with you, like it's almost like razor blades, for him, like getting he feels like it literally is the equivalent of him like getting like cut up by razor blades when he's trying to just tell you, like word for
Yeah,
word, you know what, I have a huge problem with this. It's too hard. It's too hard for him to tell you that, so he's gonna reduce it down. But yeah, you see it, right? Like,
yeah.
now what happened with that guy
He didn't close, but he actually rebooked a follow-up with me for tomorrow night.
on his own?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a problem,
Yeah,
and
he
he's like,
was one of the
shit. He
stranger calls that I've had where when I got the data for him, he's like, I'm only watching porn like once every 2 to 3 months, but I'm
Mm,
having these problems in my relationships, and I think that porn might be contributing to it. And
mm,
so I did my best to do a really like diagnostic with him of like asking the right questions, all of that. And I told him
mm-hmm,
the gist was like I wasn't 100% confident that my program was even the right fit for him. But I told
mm,
him, like, given the issues that you struggled with, can we get the porn out of your life? 100%. Could my program also help you to identify and address the other problems that you're talking about? I'm very confident that it could.
mm.
Sort of. Anyway,
Cool.
we'll see if he ends
But
up
yeah, that's
closing.
interesting. That's interesting. Cool. Let's keep going. So, so you got plenty of, like, I feel like I could just spend all day in here. Like, this is great. These are all really good leads. Oh yeah, here we go. Wow. Yeah, yes, it kind of is an ongoing struggle. See, it's like kind of, I'm not gonna lie. All right. Gotcha, man.
Yeah. Would you
Gotcha.
mind clicking on this kid's profile really quick? It looks like he might be like a high schooler. Yeah, class of 2026. He's not even
Too young.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could close them with parent consent, but it's up to you. I
Um,
don't know what you guys do.
Yeah, I typically my kind of line there is 18 or older.
Okay.
Because given the nature of my offer, it's just yeah,
Yeah.
the community and all that, it's better to keep it adults only.
Is porn an ongoing struggle or something you dealt with in the past? Okay, so he just says yes. He didn't actually. So this is why I don't like these types of questions, because you're not going to get a straight answer. Is porn an ongoing struggle for you or something you deal with in the past? So for him, he has to go and type out. something I dealt with in the past, right? Because it's a this or that question, you're giving him two options. I would just like you're getting responses with it, but he's saying yes. Which one? Yes to what? Dealt with in the past? Something you're struggling with now? I'm just gonna assume, gotcha. Thanks for telling me. So it's something you currently struggle with? So to clarify, it's something you currently struggle with? Send. Cool. I use it a lot, but enjoy it. Okay.
Why do you
Gotcha.
follow me?
No worries. So again, it's the mind, he might actually be
Yeah.
struggling, but he's like trying to poke at you and so also another thing is when somebody does something they're not proud of, they'll get critical. Right. So when typically like somebody does something, for example, like a sin of some sort, they'll criticize and they'll be like sarcastic and they'll do those types of things to try to like, I don't know why they do it, but um, so basically he might be struggling with it, but he'll be like, yeah, I enjoy it, whatever. So because he followed you. So he uses it a lot, but I enjoy it. Yeah, crackheads enjoy crack. So so gotcha, no worries, man. I'm gonna say cool. If I'm even gonna go right into it, if I ask you a couple questions about that, just curious about a few things. So right here, I'm just gonna say just curious about a few things because he wants to find out what are you curious about. So I want to know something real quick. So and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the frame of like, well, on the days that you do it, do you notice any difference in how you feel? He'll say, yeah, I do. Okay, what are the differences? I don't know. I feel kind of groggy and more tired. Oh, got it. How often does that show up? And then I'm just going to get more data and I'm going to turn it into a problem. I'm going to turn it into a problem, even if he's not directly admitting it. Your hottest, best leads are going to, so there's going to be a portion of the market that just straight up, yeah, I have a problem. Here it is on a silver platter. And it's going to be the easiest, the most lay down sales. Then there's going to be another section of leads that are like, I can't admit it, but I have it. That's your best for outbound. That's your outbound leads. That's why you outbound is so you can actually help people that aren't necessarily like just booking calls on calendars all day. So, but you have to understand how do you approach them. They're not going to necessarily tell you the problem. So you got to kind of tiptoe in and you got to basically get the symptoms of the problem first, then the numbers, chunk it down. How often does it happen? How they feel, yada, yada, yada. And then eventually they're going to be like, shit, dude, I just realized this is a bigger problem than I thought. This is a much bigger problem than I thought. Um, let's keep going. Mind if I ask? Sure. 15 years, yes. Okay, awesome. And what have you tried on your own so far to quit? So here's another thing that you don't want to do. Don't ask two questions at the same time. That you're not gonna, they're not, so he didn't answer it. He just said yes. Because it's too confusing to answer two questions at the same time. So how long have you been? So 15 years. So this is a little out of sequence. So you got to follow the process in the course because you're gonna notice why you ask things at a certain time. Um, so I'm curious. Understood. So what is it? problems does porn cause for you right now? That's the question I want. So right now in this unit of time, what problems does porn cause for you? That's it. We're gonna get a direct problem. Well, dude, I have erectile dysfunction. Uh, I'm fucking batshit crazy. I can't get a relationship to save my life, and I'm losing my hair. Jeez, which one of those is the worst? How's that impacting you? Then it's straight up just pain, 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 pain. We don't, we're not tiptoeing around it. We're just gonna go straight to it, especially for a guy like this. And music tech, he's definitely in like he's got a good career. This is our good lead. So here's Brody. Is this a guy you followed?
This is cold outbound.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say admitting. I'm gonna say seeking help. So I go out and start the convo and open that door. Yeah, I wouldn't go a content approach because he's not necessarily a follower. Um, well, I don't know. I guess this is fine. Hey Brody, what's up? I had a quick question. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you have any ideas on a better kind of opener there, that second message. My sense with it, my gut reaction to it is like if I get a message from somebody I don't even follow, like asking me for help with their content, I'd be like, dude, why like
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, so well, because the only re answer to that is because you're a man in my target audience, a male in the age range of my target audience. So
Yeah.
that's your only kind of ammo there. What I like to do is just like with your outbound for you, you can go a couple of different routes. You can go the direct white rabbit funny opener approach, where it's direct about porn, or you just go and start conversations with people that are likely to have your problem. And then you literally just converse with them like normal networking, right? And then you just get good at leading it to the problem. Um, and then how often do you get followers?
Not often. My
Okay.
organic content has not netted me a follower in over 3 months.
Yeah.
Crazy. But obviously a
Do you have
sign that
your
I have not been producing very good content.
do you have your IG link in your YouTube?
I believe I do. I can check. I should though.
Yeah, dude. This
Do you
guy
mean like
says
in the channel
Friday.
or
Yeah, like just on your channel or like on your
yeah,
videos
I do.
tag. Okay. But yeah, my biggest piece of feedback is you're just letting these leads rot. Like this guy hasn't gotten a response since Friday, and it is Monday. Like that is like this guy's literally saying it's a struggle. He's like a lead on the hook. It's like you went fishing, you set the hook, the fish is like going all over the place, and you put the rod in the holder and you left. And then you're like, I'm gonna come back later. It's gonna basically the hook already rusted out and the fish ran away. So like especially if I have a dual team, right? If there's a setter and a CEO, like basically tag teaming, it's like someone's got to keep an eye on the Instagram while the other is out. So like what I would do with you guys should have a Slack channel together and be like, Peer, can you take care of the Instagram? I gotta go. I got a meeting I gotta hop on. Um, I have a couple on the hook. It's Brian, Lazio, Issa, Bin, and Andrew. They're on the hook. Can you take over the conversation? Cool. Then you go take your sales call or whatever, and then or whatever. Like I don't know. For example, like I know who works weekends. Like I'll work weekends, and then you know, my other salespeople work weekends. Or if I know who doesn't work weekends, I make sure that like my account is being watched, right? So you don't ever want it to just be sitting here. You got leads just yeah. Like your business should not have any money problems. If like if you're letting someone sit till from for 2 days. That's the biggest issue here. So that's what I would focus on after this call. Is just
Got
making
it.
sure you guys are like white on rice on these guys. Cool, appreciate the openness. To start, what makes porn a struggle for you? She
So
says
do
it's
you
a
want to use
struggle.
that versus the what's your biggest challenge?
To be honest, I don't really know yet. I'm experimenting
Okay.
on your golden question. This guy says it's a struggle, so I'm just going to use his language. What is it's a struggle, but there's more to unpack there. It's loaded. So what makes it a struggle? Your assumption needs to be porn is not a struggle. Porn is just an everyday thing that every people do. Food isn't a problem, right? It's just an everyday thing that people do. But to an obese person, food is a major problem. So you got to say like, what is it? I can't stop. I got it. Gotcha. Thanks. Thanks for. I'm not even. I've already said that. So gotcha. Gotcha. No, I can't stop. How long have you felt like you can't the porn? Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that. Like I want to and I can't. This poor guy. Like I feel the empathy, Like this is the whole like you'll see me talk about it, like the affinity. Like you really got to care about the guy while you're in these conversations. All right. So while I'm in a conversation, I'm gonna go back up, make sure I don't have any replies.
Guy may just need a refresh to see if he actually responded, but
So now with this, like I can't stop. Still, we don't have a problem yet. So okay, well, I got it. You can't stop doing it, but why is it a problem? Or I'm gonna say, how is that impacting? How is that affecting your life?
yeah,
How
the usual
specific?
flow, the flow that I've done in the past really was, yeah, like obviously statement of like I'm open to the conversation. How long has this been a challenge for you? And then the follow-up question is what negative impacts is watching porn having in your life?
Hmm. And then what do they typically say?
It's a mix, a lot of mental health related stuff, so focus, motivation, relationship
Hmm.
problems. Those are the big buckets, yeah.
Here we go. We got another one here.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm gonna
guy
try
is
this
a
with a.
coach. I would say, yeah, I think I looked at this guy's profile and he has like 15K followers and his business is like healthy sexuality. So, um, anyway,
You
I
never
don't,
know.
yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate it. I am a porn addiction recovery. I'm just opening the door to anyone who might need a chat with someone privately. I know Coach too, but hey, you never know who needs help. This might be just a easy way to go about it. Just you never, hey, just popping this in here. You can totally answer if you don't want to. Um, and then I'm gonna ask the question, has porn been an issue for you? Let's see what happens. We'll try the direct approach. Now, also, I know these like embodiment intimacy motherfuckers. Basically, their justification has gotten so bad that they're now becoming a sex icon. Like they're literally like these are the guys that'll go into like a nudist Buddhist monk fucking retreat with naked in a hot tub for fucking 4 days, with a bunch of people and have like polyamorous relationships and shit. Um, who knows? The guy could probably hate his life. All I know is like that's not normal, and he's probably got a whole fucking can of worms we can unpack here. But yeah, no, I see that all the time. Like these guys get crazy. If like they don't slow it down, their sex addictions can turn into all kinds of stuff. I had a quick question. Ask away. Appreciate it. Actually, I'm gonna use the same. I'm gonna see what happens first. I'm gonna see how this guy responds. He's typing. I don't.
So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, if my computer was going faster, this would. Okay, we got a bunch of people typing now. This is really good.
that guy,
Okay, we got
yeah.
this guy. Cool. Yeah. Someone was typing. No, I see nothing. All right, keep going.
think we got a new one from Aiden Snyder. Might have to refresh the browser. Yeah, it's
There we
that
go.
guy. Yeah, I'm on my phone. It's popping up as he has a response. So
Wow.
weird. Oh, it was my phone that was out of date. Never mind.
Okay, hey Nate, here's an honest response. I don't think you've taken the time to actually read my. Okay, of course. So much of my work is about raising men to a very high standard of personal sexual conduct. Just a cursory glance would see this. Cold calling other coaches never ever works in this manner. It's like walking into a butcher's or florist trying to sell them the very goods. They are masters at selling. I'm being firm with you so you don't make the same mistake with others. Oh, gotcha. I figured. Thanks for telling me. That's all. Just be polite. You'll get shit like that. So, you know, the likelihood's extremely low with a guy like this. But then again, I sold a mindset offer and I had top mindset coaches in the industry come to my calls, like high level performance motherfuckers, and they all had mindset issues. So also understand this with coaches is typically people who struggle with a certain thing will start to sell the thing they struggle with themselves, right? Because they are their best customer. So this guy probably, has a story about his own intimacy issues, you know? And if he has his own story, he has his own story about his own intimacy issues. Um, so like it doesn't always mean he doesn't have a problem though. Imagine if he did have a problem, who the fuck else would ask him?
Yeah, I totally agree on that point too. The other aspect is the majority of my easiest, like my highest value clients came from partnerships with dating coaches. So my buddy
Oh, really?
Austin, I did a podcast with. Oh, beyond a shadow of a doubt. So one of the things I was talking with Pierre is if somebody has an audience and they're in a related niche, I feel like it makes more sense for me to potentially pitch some kind of collaboration rather than immediately go the porn
Yeah,
route and then possibly on the back end be like, yo, by the way, because this is literally true. Like, I literally helped like a trauma healing coach and master, like trauma healing master who couldn't quit
yeah.
porn. So, like, I
Wow.
do struggle with, I've partnered with, coaches in the past in similar niches who actually had the problem. So I don't like to assume anything
Yeah,
looking at people.
yeah, yeah. And if he keeps like he wants to continually be a dick about it, just be like, well, look, dude, I don't ever assume anything. I've helped plenty of people that sell this type of offer, overcome it. But imagine if you did have the problem and nobody asked you, wanted to help you.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to look at your profile and just assume that you're like, a saint just because you
Yeah.
act like one, you know?
Anybody who's been in the coaching space for long enough
Yeah.
knows that very few coaches are what they seem to be
Yes.
on their page.
Because we're all human. Like, we're all dealing with shit. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't believe it for a second. So with this, when you get likes, just say, "Hey, I'm kind of not 100% sure here. Were those likes on my message a yes?" Like just make it very, very simple for him to say yes or no. Just you don't like attack his method of communication. Just clarify. Is that a yes? Because it is. Like I don't know what that means. Like he just sent you a bunch of hieroglyphics, and you're supposed to just decode it, you know. Every time I like look into like a B2C account, like I sell to like coaches and stuff. It's more like business entrepreneur. But every time I look in like a B2C account, I see how people talk. I'm like, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah.
So is this guy?
I just hit unread on my phone, and it does look like we've got several that got lost in the chat over 4 days ago.
I'm all set. I'm getting laid now, so I never look at porn anymore. All right, so right here, just a quick coaching note. So you see, as a coach, you see the reality here. Basically, his attention went away from the root cause of porn because he's now in a relationship. So he's getting sex continually. And so you know, basically, I don't ever watch it anymore. Yeah, your addiction just went over to a different area. And then you see that there's still a root cause here causing that porn struggle. But when you say that, he's going to naturally want to argue. So telling is not selling. So basically, you need to do is when you start selling, is take your coach hat off 100%. Like just take it off. Don't be a coach, right? You're now in dissemination, different territory. So being in relationships can definitely. So right here he goes, I'm getting laid now. I don't even look at porn anymore. Problem solved. I really appreciate it, man, and respect what you do. If I start to struggle with it again, I will definitely reach out. God bless. Cool. So I would just always revert to getting more data, getting more information. So, oh, cool. When did that start? Oh, last week, like this girl came home with me. Got it. Is she your girlfriend or what's going on? Oh, well, it's just some girl I met. She's actually been ghosting me. Okay, got it. Um, so when's the last time? When did you? I don't know. Just ask questions, and eventually the truth will come out, right? So back to what we were saying earlier, like before you started getting laid, how long was this a problem? You said 15 years. Got it. So you just started getting laid, and all of a sudden, a 15-year problem went away. See, he starts to contradict himself because the one in a negotiation with the one with the most information wins. So just get another question in. I don't care what the question is, as long as you gather information. Let's go up here. Where did you see? Oh, here we go. I was struggling with a relapse for a while now, and been trying to quit porn for a long time. Sooner than later. Okay. 8 years, but for about 5 years, I wasn't doing it frequently. Understood. So always, always, always with problems, I want to know what's the problem now, today, not what happened 10 years ago. So we want to make sure it is a problem now. So what is the problem? So what is the problem that the porn is causing for you right now? He'll say it's a huge problem. This, that, the other. Is there anything else I'm missing? Any other replies?
There is a few. Let me get you the actual. Justin Stone. Yeah, that guy.
I gotta bounce here in a second. All right, cool. I'm gonna use what I said to this guy. Where'd he go? The hell happened? It won't let me copy it. Oh well.
You can try on my end, see if it goes or whatever. Sorry, something about offering guys a helping hand for quitting porn and masturbation
I'm actually gonna
offers.
say, I'm actually gonna say, no pun intended. Has this ever been an issue for you? Honestly, that might be your opener. That one's really good. It's like that subtle humor is what I'm looking at. Like, that's really fucking funny. Okay, that might be save that one. All right. Cool. So that's kind of how I run through it. Now I haven't sent any new DMs, but I want to just to give you like best thing I can do is like actually demonstrate the live conversations. Um, but biggest coaching piece for you guys is your timing. You guys are generating people with problems. That is like the hardest thing to do in the coaching space is people to just tell you they have a problem. So you're doing it. Um, but leaving them for 2 days, like that's gonna really hurt your sales pretty big time. So, all right, what'd you guys learn?
Um, let's see. For me, biggest takeaways, like I said, were not to take what they're saying at face value. Definitely need to get more systematic approach to making sure people are getting responded to, and kind of delegating that work appropriately. Um, and then some of the stuff about like inflating the problem, approaching things from a little bit of a more of a just a pure data collection element, especially when guys are having a tough time
Mm-hmm.
actually just being like, yeah, I do have a problem, but I've been struggling with it for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So yeah, those are the big things for me. I definitely want to go through the reporting again as well and take down more specific notes from um, other little chunks there.
Sweet. Yeah, and then we have three more of these. So, um we'll dive into other areas as well. So if you guys can just keep generating conversations, Then when we hop on these calls, we can really start actually moving the needle here. Pierre, what'd you learn?
Um, Honestly, a big thing for me was not giving them two questions, like limiting it to one question, centering in on that, and then, like you said, pulling the thread.
Hmm.
Because that was my attempt at not being too direct to get more engagement, but then, like you said, they would just evade it or just say yes, and then I'd be lost as to what to
Yeah.
do. So yeah, being very strategic and just asking like one good question and then like
Hmm.
slowly pulling the problem out of them.
Yes.
Um, Making something small that they say into something big, that was also very key that I learned
Hmm.
today.
Sweet.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Nate, book a time for our second here. We're gonna do a little bit more hands-on. I'm basically gonna have you guys help me with the the next what to say on the next one here. It'll be a little bit more collaborative as opposed to me just doing it. So go ahead and find a time there that both of you guys can do, and I'll let you guys chat it out. But I gotta bounce. You guys have any questions?
Not at the moment. No, this was super helpful. So, yeah, like I said, I really, really appreciate this.
Hell yeah. And make sure you're plugging in your numbers too on that dashboard because we're gonna start operating out of that dashboard. Especially we have a strategy call today. I think at 11 my time. So definitely hop on that if you can. Um, but we want to start working out of the dashboard moving forward from here. So when with these conversations, both you guys, you have peers jot form, your jot form, you guys plug those in, the numbers will come in, then we can start looking at okay, cool. How many DMs equal a sale? How many how many sales calls equal a sale? What's the close rate? Where are we at? Like we got to know what's happening because that's the only way you're going to start to uh, drive the business higher, and you'll actually know what to do to get a certain outcome. And then your business will be just taken off from there. I mean, that's pretty much it. Cool guys. Uh, any questions from here on out, or are we good to go?
Good to go.
Sweet. See you guys on the
Yep.
next call.
Thanks so much.
Right on.
You're
See you,
welcome.
Dylan.
Peace out.
Thanks.